Hello.
We're back.
Another Sunday. Yeah, we are back.
Another Sunday. They're going quick.
They are, yeah. It's a nice Sunday, I've got to say. It's been really warm this past couple of days.
Yeah, it has.
I don't know what it is. I think today's been even the hotter because it's been really sweltering today. Very muggy.
Supposed to get thunderstorms though, apparently.
Apparently, yeah. It's all supposed to end with a clap and a bang, as they say.
Well, let's see.
Yeah, let's see. Did you catch the Northern Lights?
No, we didn't see any here, and we're quite high up as well. So no, we didn't see any of it.
Yeah, we it was about 10:30, 11. It was about 11 o'clock. I thought I'd go and check out the window, and yeah, there it was. You could see the pink with the naked eye, but you couldn't see like the greens and that unless the camera phone was up. So I took some good photos. It was very active, very active. Yeah, definitely a tick on the old bucket list there. Never ever thought, especially down this south. I mean, we're only we're less than an hour's drive away, half an hour's drive from London. So to get them down here is really like unusual. So, but definitely an event, I would say. But yeah, I was quite excited by seeing that.
Yeah,
but it was a late one, so yeah, it was. Like I say, it was gone 11 o'clock when we were looking. So
no, I had a look outside and couldn't see anything at all, so I went back to bed.
Fair enough.
Went back to bed, so you know. But no, it was nice for people. Sorry, I saw some fantastic photos on Facebook and stuff of what people had seen, and yeah.
I think everyone in England took a photo of it near enough because my feed was just filled up with photos and photos of it.
Yeah. No,
so
not me. Yeah, mine was, but yeah, I didn't see it.
Yeah.
I should have gone out there. I should have gone outside and looked, but no.
Yeah, you can't. It's weird because my brother said, "Could you see it?" And I said, "Only really through a phone." And he said, "Well, what's the point then?" So I was like, "Well, yeah." In terms of Partworks, everything's sort of coming along quickly. I had the Nissan Skyline. Kirsty had the Nissan Skyline turn up, which was a bit of a shock. I wasn't expecting it to come this week, but that came on Monday. And I've already had pack 3 or 4 of the 66 Batmobile posted out as well. So sort of everything's sort of going really. So
yeah, well, it's the lull, isn't it? It's the lull before. It's summertime. We don't expect much out in summertime. I'm just waiting on the Apache from Agora.
Yes. Yeah, I think that's the only thing I think we know for certain that's due out.
But there's been nothing. There's nothing on the Agora website though yet. No coming soon or no cloth over anything. So I thought we might have seen something by now on the Agora website, but I've checked and there's nothing there yet.
Yeah, I'm wondering whether it goes up for pre-order in July, and then you start receiving your parts maybe in August or September time.
Possibly, I don't know, but
they've done that before, haven't they? They've done a bit where it was a pre-order and then you waited 2 months, and then they also done one where it was released straight away. So they could do anything really. But yeah, I'm surprised that nothing's really been said about it. It's gone very quiet. It's gone very quiet on all fronts really. So yeah,
this time last year we kept on saying it's the calm before the storm, but I don't see no storm coming apart from the one outside that we're supposed to be getting.
Yeah, I've got a funny feeling Christmas is December time, sort of September, October, November, December time. That sort of, Q4, quarter 4 is probably going to be very, very heavy in terms of how much stuff is going to be coming out.
Yeah.
So yeah, be prepared, I would say. because I think there's a lot of stuff coming out at the end of the year from everyone, not just from certain parties.
For me at the moment, though, it looks like they're having a bit of a tidy up on things, before things get released and whatnot. So, yeah, it could take a while until things are sorted.
Settled.
Yeah. But, no, it's been... I did 5 issues of the DeLorean, which got released today. That was good fun. And I've only got one more pack to go on that one. But,
and you got your Optimus Prime through as well, didn't you?
I got Optimus Prime, and I got the Enterprise as well. So
issue 14 is the only thing I'm waiting for, the Enterprise build. I have built everything. It's just getting out on the channel. I've got a load of stuff coming out, so I've probably got content for the next two weeks at least, and then that end week I'll probably struggle a little bit because of everything's coming out. But like I said, it's just all sort of going along quite quietly for us here in the UK.
Yeah.
But in the US, there's been problems, obviously, especially with Fan Home. Obviously, out of Fan Home's control, it was due to other things, but they're trying to minimise, I would say, the impact of it by sending out parts, but missing out a sort of a pack from that part that they haven't got. And I think it sort of affects. Every build nearly.
Yeah.
Nearly. But yeah, it's on their Facebook page, their customer service page.
I think the only one I didn't see was the ET.
Right.
And I think the Nissan Skyline was missing out of that one, but I think everything else there is a hold up with an issue or stage or two.
Yeah, I think they're still sending you out the pack. They're just taking a stage out of it that isn't in stock. So, and then what they're doing is they're charging you for the whole pack minus one issue stage, and then that stage will be added to another pack, no extra charge. At a later stage, but no one knows at this stage when that will be. And obviously we can only speculate when that will be, but we don't want to sort of speculate and sort of get it wrong. So
yeah, it's
it's a bit of a mess, and I think Fan Home know that. And yeah, they're trying to damage limitation, so you're still getting your packs, but you're minus one. It's not a big issue, so I
think it's frustrating, though. I can see it being frustrating.
Yeah, of course it is. I would say any delay in your builds and stuff, even we've mentioned it on here, where there has been delays with certain builds. They've not been mega, but any delay is annoying. But obviously we understand that they do happen. But yeah, any delays is not good, but it's part and part of it, I think.
Yeah, I mean, it shouldn't be. It should be smooth sailing, but not everything is smooth.
And then it comes down to the delivery companies as well. I mean, I've had a parcel this week that said it was going to be out for delivery from Royal Mail between 7:30 at night, between 7:30 in the morning, 7:30 at night, and then it never turned up that whole day. And it turned up the following day, and that's annoying. So you've also got to factor in those aspects as well.
Yeah.
Because delivery companies aren't that great. I don't know what's actually happened with everything, because before COVID, none of these problems were about, and then obviously that hit, and there's been problems with everything ever since. Delivery charges, shipping, obviously. It's just like one thing after another. I don't know what's actually happened, but something happened, and it's never gone back to the way it was.
You shut down the world. It's got to restart at some point.
And it was we sort of say the COVID things and stuff like that, but that was 3 years ago now. It was a long time ago.
2020. So
2020.
Yeah, we're 2020.
Yeah, from 4 years ago. So it's gone quick. It doesn't feel like that quick. But yeah, nothing's sort of gone back to the way it was. It's just, it's almost gotten worse.
You look back to things we did in COVID and you'd think, what? We did what? You know, going out with a face mask and gloves and Yeah,
well, I go back to the builds that we were doing. You know, Route Master and the Terminator.
Yeah.
I mean, when you think about it, that was a long time ago now.
Route Master, Terminator, Spitfire, that was out at that time.
Yeah, X-Wing.
Yeah, that was out.
Yeah.
There's quite a few out.
Yeah, and it's all gone really quick. I mean, you know, I've had the Terminator done for ages now. And to think that, and obviously the Route Master, to think that we were building them during that time as well. Yeah. They sort of hold a little bit more of a sentimental value to me, because obviously they were the ones that we were building through COVID together on YouTube. Kept us all sane.
And the thing about it is the things came through in COVID.
This is what I'm saying. Everything ran perfect during that time, and even before COVID, everything ran perfect. And then after, it's just been a bit of a mess for everything. But then there's been lots of mess in the world afterwards as well. You know, we've had everything happening.
Can you remember in COVID people receiving parts and actually sanitizing them before
spraying them down?
Masks, right? Goodness me.
I know. When we tell our grandkids, right, they're not going to believe us. They're going to think we're nuts.
We can't explain to them social distancing.
Yeah, I know.
You could go see your family, but you had to stay, you know, on the roadside while they were on the doorstep. Yeah. It's just it doesn't. The weird thing is, it doesn't seem that long ago, but it was. Yeah.
It was that long ago. But yeah, in terms of getting back to the Partwork thing, in terms of Partwork, nothing's really happening. It's just
it's a bit dead at the moment.
Yeah, obviously the Tumblr's coming along nice and slowly. We've got the Lancasters coming along nice and slowly. U96 coming along.
That is coming along nice and slowly. It's quite quiet.
I mean, I'm still surprised they haven't announced anything, because I don't think there's anything out that's replaced the Doll's House, because I know we had the Lancaster, that was fine, and then I remember you saying it was the U96, but actually I think the U96 replaced the Alien build, because the Alien build's finished with that now, and that's taken that spot, as in how they've done it, as it's subscription only sort of thing, not in the newsagents.
Yeah, I mean,
so
3 are coming to an end with Harsher. So you've got the Doll's House, which has come to an end.
Yeah.
You've got the Eddie Stobart, that's coming to an end. And then in October, the Titanic is due to end as well.
Yeah. So that's 3 this year.
3 this year that are due to end.
And then what has replaced it in terms of build-ups? We've had, I mean, you can't say the Tumbler, because that was last year. That wasn't this year.
So you've got 2 trials we've had. So we've had the Dalek trial, and we've also had the Batman trial.
Yes. Yeah.
So what is going to replace that? I don't know. I'm always looking in France and Germany to see what they are sort of trialing and getting, to see if anything's coming out that side of it. You don't know. They might bring out another Warhammer collection.
There is another one coming. Yeah. There is another Warhammer one coming. I think it's in September. It's called Combat Patrol.
I do know, because we got an email, I think it was Friday, we got an email. The Peter Rabbit has been a huge success for Hachette.
That's good.
To the point that they are expecting delays on the printing of the issues. Yeah,
the printing of the magazines, that would be. Yeah, because even Fanhome have had problems with that. And I think we mentioned it on the last stream that the whole printing industry is sort of clogged up and backdated with everything.
Well,
and they're obviously having problems with the printers.
They ordered a batch, and the demand has exceeded the batch that they ordered, and they're having to get some reprints done. And so there might be a possible delay to receiving your issues for the Peter Rabbit.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's been huge. So I don't know, Hachette, they could bring out more Warhammer. They could bring out another crafting thing to do.
They've had. I'll tell you what they did do. They did do some test builds in France that they haven't done over here, and that was the Lynch King from World of Warcraft, the figurine figure. I would think would be quite popular. We'll have to see how that pans out for France, but that was Hachette through France. We haven't had that test run here. But yeah, we had the Batman figurine that was done last year. I think that was tested. Nothing's really come of that. I'm more interested in the Dalek, but
Hachette have got this thing of, like they did with the Titanic. There wasn't a trial in the UK for the Titanic, and they just released that.
Yes, yeah, they have done that in the past.
Is it 96 Batmobile? That could just come and we wouldn't even know.
Yeah. It was the 89. But but that would be through Fanhome. That was the Agostini Partwork, that one.
All right.
So that would be through Fanhome. Yeah, I don't know. It's a strange one. They haven't even released a lot over in France, really. I mean, they did obviously. They did trial the Ford Falcon Interceptor, the Mad Max one.
Yeah.
So there could be a possibility of that coming out soon.
But then I think the Graf Zeppelin could come to the UK. I think I've said this before. That is extremely popular in Germany at the moment.
Yeah.
I've got a funny feeling that could end up coming to the UK.
I still think they should do. I mean, also as well, we had another one. I think was through Hachette. Was it the Gran Torino? Was it Starsky and Hutch, wasn't it?
Yes.
That was another one that was trialed that never came out here. And then we also had the King Tiger tank as well. That was trialed. That's never materialised.
Yeah. There is quite a few that could come, but we don't know. We don't.
I mean they sent out. I remember when they were sending out every couple of years. I think it's every 3 years they do a survey email, don't they? And I remember the last one, which had the Lancaster on it. Funny enough, but it also had the Vulcan on there as well, and the Tube. A London Taxi, a tube stock. What was it? A 38? I think 1938 tube stock. It was a bright burgundy colour. Yeah,
I mean, I don't know. I think it's going to be very interesting to see if say Hachette or Agora or Fanhome go to some of the modelling shows like Wonderfest and stuff like that. See if anything is revealed then of what they've got plans of.
Yes, yeah. It'll be interesting because that's how they done the Apache. Do you remember? They did that test video of the rotor and then nothing happened for absolutely months. And then the first time we saw it was at the show. So you're right. Yeah, we could get something there. I think Fanhome. I think, like I said, I think most of their stuff is probably going to come out at the end of the year. I'll be very surprised if anything comes out this side of May. So, and then we've got obviously, like I say, with Agora, we've only got the Apache, but I've got a funny feeling we're going to get another James Bond car.
Yeah.
At some point, because I know they said that they've got the license. They're going to produce quite a few cars. So I think the Aston Martin was going to be one of them.
Yeah. They're also. Didn't Hachette do a shark?
That was done in France. Yeah, it was. I think it was like 2 foot long, and you could take the parts off it, and it showed you how the interior worked. It was more focused to kids.
Yeah.
Than us, but yeah, it was sort of like. Do you remember RBC? I think it was called RBC. Do you remember the company that does Partworks called RBC? They used to do a lot of Partworks. They don't do too many now, but they did. They did How My Body Works. So RBC, I think they're called RBC. They did How My Body Works. They done the 3D Globe.
Right.
My 3D Globe, and they also done the Rocks and Minerals. Do you remember when they used to do the Rocks and Minerals? You get it, and it was like gold, and you had sort of, tiger's eye and stuff like that. They did that. They also did. Do you remember the bug one where you had bugs in resin?
Oh yeah,
that company. But yeah, the How My Body Works was you built the skeleton and then all the guts and stuff. So the shark was the similar thing. So you built it, you had the organs and the skeleton, and then you could take parts off it and build it up. But that never materialized. It's really funny, actually. There hasn't really been a kid Partwork for a long time.
No.
And they used to do things like How My Body Works. They've done the 3D Globe as well, which was this huge globe that you could take bits off and see the core as well. They were ones that were focused for kids. They've not done anything like that for a long time.
I wonder if there's no demand for it because Google.
Yeah, with the internet now.
Yeah, Google is a lot cheaper, but
apps sort of put an end to all that, I think. But they used to be quite good. I think they're called RBC. I can't remember. R something, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, they did all those sort of educational stuff. Partworks.
Yeah.
But you never know. We could be. Something could get released tomorrow.
We've been wrong before.
We have. We've said this before. We go, oh, there's nothing coming out, and then on the Monday, actually, the day after this show, something's been released. So,
yeah, and we're like, oh, okay, yeah. What happened there?
It gives us something to talk about on the next show.
Oh yeah. Any news on the any of the collections though with Fan Home? Any news on the Starship collections or the Marvel collection?
All I know is I think the next collection to drop is the Marvel museum pieces, and then it'll be the Star Trek ships. But everything's sort of been pushed back, I think. So, they can't sort of tie down any dates anymore, because when they do that, they kind of shoot themselves in the foot, because if they say, oh, it's going to be released in January, and then it's not, they're sort of shooting themselves in the foot, so they don't tend to do dates. But I think those sort of builds are coming out. Like, there's a lot more of those builds coming out. They haven't really done like a lot of the graphic novels recently neither. So Hachette normally do the graphic novels as well. So they did Transformers, the Green Lantern, they did Wolverine, Deadpool as well. The book collection, the graphic novel book collections that they did. They haven't done anything like that for a while now.
Strange.
Yeah, considering they're a book company as well. Hachette is a book company, and it's normally their bread and butter. It's normally the sort of stuff that they would do. They haven't even done that, so I don't know what sort of, in the rumor mill. There's something going on at Hachette. It's sort of trickled out now. If you've not seen, they've sort of shut down a lot of their Facebook pages.
Right, I was never on any of their Facebook pages. So.
Right, so they used to do a Facebook page for every one of their builds. They've all shut them down on the last couple of weeks. They've shut them all down, and then they're all consolidated into one group, which is fine. but I think people prefer to have the single groups because, as one person put it in the comments, they're building, say, the Warhammer stuff, and they don't want to see stuff on the Disney Dollhouse or this cross stitch before they see the stuff that they like. But yeah, they shut it all down, so I don't know. There's like changes going on, so maybe that's another reason why we've not seen anything.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's all quiet on the home front, as they say.
It is. Right, shall we go through chat? Because yeah. Right, I'll try and best catch up as quick as I can. So first thing, I've got Spider Sprue who says, "Hello, Mark, on your channel." Hi, Spider Sprue.
Hi, Spider Sprue.
Next is David Phillips who says, "Evening, gents." Evening, David. Welcome.
Hi, David.
Spider Sprue says, "Hello, Kev, on your channel."
Hello.
We've got Burgess in saying, "Evening, all." Evening, Burgess.
Hi, Burgess.
And then we've got Horlicks in saying, "Good evening, all." Hi, Horlicks.
Hi, Horlicks.
And then we've got Dave Mark Build says, "Good evening, Mark and Kev. Have a great stream tonight." So hi, Dave Mark. Welcome.
Hi, Dave.
And then we've got Scott Duggan in says, "Evening, all. Hope you enjoyed a hot weekend." Yeah.
Yeah, it was lovely.
Actually, Wednesday we went out and bought a fish. We're about to say fishing line then, washing line. So hang washing out and getting it dried quicker, which has been brilliant.
Yeah, my wife's liked it this week because she's been able to get the washing out on the line, and she hasn't been able to do that. I think it's the first week we haven't had any rain.
Previous property we had a dryer, but we've got no vent for it in this property. We'd need a condenser dryer.
Yes.
So since Christmas we've been drying everything on the radiators, which is great, but it still doesn't smell right. And then it's like, right, we're getting nice weather. Let's go. Because when we moved in, there was no washing line outside. So, right, we need a washing line. We need pegs. We finally got a washing line out. And it's like, right, what can we wash that will smell nicer now if we pull it out? And it's, So it's been brilliant just to put stuff out. And it's dry.
We've got a washer dryer. So after it's washed it dries it. But Kirsty still prefers to put it out on the line. So
but it's been lovely. It really has to be.
It has been really nice this weekend.
Yeah,
proper pub weather.
We've got Mad Dad Hobbies in says, "Good evening, all." Hi, Mad Dad Hobbies.
Hey, Mad Dad.
Then we've got Ian Campbell in saying, "Hi, all." Hi, Ian.
Hi, Ian.
Working busy. Hard. Well, is it barely working or whatever? I don't know. I know he's really busy.
Barely working or hardly working.
Yeah. And then we've got Kevin and Mary in saying, "Hi, all." Hi, Kevin and Mary.
Hi, Kevin and Mary.
And then we've got Steve131 who says, "Evening, all." Evening, Steve.
Hi, Steve.
And we've got Ian's World of Models says, "Evening, Kev and Mark and fellow modelers." So welcome, Ian.
Hi, Ian.
And then Dave Matt Build says, "We've got thunder here now."
Yeah,
right.
I can see like the sun out here. I can't see anything other than that. So I would expect we're going to have that.
So Dave Matt's the west of me. It's travelling east. So yeah. Oh well. Don't mind a good thunderstorm though. I can sit and watch for hours. So growing up in the 80s, I remember severe thunderstorms and they were good.
Yeah, when we were kids, it was proper weather. When we were kids.
Proper snow, proper thunderstorms, proper sun.
Proper rain, proper wind as well. I remember the wind of, 1987 when it toppled all the things and everyone said it was a hurricane. I remember that was proper wind.
Oh yeah, hurricanes come in and what was it, Michael Fish? No, I can guarantee there's no hurricane coming.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think we got away with
famous last words.
We got away with just a couple of roof tiles coming off, but that was wild. I remember that.
Yeah, loads of trees down where we were living. I mean, we were only little back then, but that was proper weather.
I was saying, can you remember in the 80s that a staple was having candles underneath your sink ready to go if you had a power cut?
Yeah. Well, you got to think. I'm not that old, but I do watch a lot of political stuff. I'm very boring. But I've watched all the documentaries about the miners' strike and stuff like that, and people were with candles about because of all the power cuts. So
I remember that. We don't have candles under our sink, but I remember growing up and Mum had a set of candles for under the sink. It was like, what? Oh, they're for power cuts.
Yeah.
Yeah. What we failed to realise was we didn't have a torch. So we had to find a way to get into the kitchen to light the candles to see what you're doing. And it
on the old gas stove.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So next we've got Stephen Belcher in saying hi, Mark and Kev. So evening, Stephen. Welcome.
Hi, Stephen.
And then this is on the Northern Lights. Horlick says, yeah, we saw them down in Eastbourne. We went to Beachy Head at midnight and was there for 2 hours. Wow.
Lovely.
Yeah.
It was definitely a sight to see, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Burgess says, I just saw clouds and rain, but I've seen them a few times over the decades.
Yeah, where you are, I would imagine, Burgess, you see them quite regularly.
Yeah.
It's probably all the tourists that go up there and you're like, oh, I've seen this hundreds of times, so I don't need to see it again.
Yeah. We've got Will's Workshop in saying, evening all, evening Will, welcome.
Hi, Will.
And then we've got Daz Faulkner in saying, how do everyone? Hi, Daz, welcome.
Hi, Daz.
And then Spider Spruce says, price hikes again from Fan Home is annoying. My opinion is if you are sub already, then no hikes. Do it for new subs. If I don't, I would cancel some.
Price rises are on every Partwork. I've had it on every Partwork. It's even happened on the Hachette ones and the Agora ones. So I think because of the shipping and prices going up on postage and stuff, they have to pass it on. So
fortunately, we get the brunt of it.
Unfortunately.
Yeah.
It's a part of just part and part, I think, now.
Yeah. Scott Duggan says, package 12 and 13 on my gauntlet is held up as they don't have the special base magazines.
Yeah, like I said, the printing is all backdated. I mean, we were supposed to get in our Skyline last package 3, we were supposed to get the binder or the folder like that, but for the Skyline. And it wasn't in the last packet, and they had a letter in there that said it would be in the next packet, and it's not in this packet either. And it said it would be in the next one. We're not too fussed, but
hang on a minute.
It's a printing thing.
Hang on a minute. Is it the thing of we're out of stock? We don't want to hold you up on your build, so we thought we'd send you your parts, and we'll send you once it's in stock.
Hang on, I've got the letter.
I predict that exactly, that's exactly what it says.
It says, due to the huge success of the collection, we are run out of stock and are unable to deliver the gift you were expecting to receive in this package. Sorry about that. Just to let you know, rather than wait for the missing gift to come into stock, we wanted to start sending you the items. We will do when they are available. Don't worry, the missing gift will be included in the next shipment. But that was the same letter we got in package 3, and we've got the same one in package 4. So it's the like I said, it's the binder divider-y thing.
I hate to say this, but I had the same letter in the Rossi, the same letter in the camper van, the same letter in the Enterprise, and the same letter in the Optimus Prime. I
think they're yeah. Well, you were just saying as well, Hachette are sort of waiting for magazines as well. So there is definitely a sort of a printing problem in the UK.
Yeah, I've had the same letter. In every
the thing is, though, it does turn up. They do turn up. I mean, the hat, the RoboCop hat that I got, that was delayed for a few packages as well, and then turned up. So
I still have not had the backpack for the Optimus Prime.
Oh, really? You should get on about that. I have not had it, and we signed up right at the same time.
Yeah, we did, yeah. So I still haven't got the backpack.
Yeah, we did, yeah.
I still haven't got the backpack. 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 I still haven't got
Yeah, get on about that.
Yeah.
I would just ask him.
When's that coming?
Yeah.
So Holic says, I miss building the Route Master.
It was a great build. It was how a lot of this all started for a lot of us.
And he says, was a great build. Will's Workshop says, I started the DeLorean in COVID. Little did I know how long it would take to finish it. Yeah, I was the same. I started that in COVID.
Yeah, well, we started the Terminator before COVID and finished it during, and the same with the Route Master. But if you remember, it took longer because they were only sending out 2 issues at a time.
Some of them, yeah.
I remember
starting the DeLorean in COVID, and I'm still building it now.
Yeah, well, I don't think Fanhome would have. I think I shouldn't say. I don't think Eagle Moss was thinking they were going to go out of business.
But you see, I mean, I've gone all the way with mine. I've got one pack to go, and I can officially say mine will go up to 159. Now, what I get in 159, if they do 159, which I remember is the book with all the instructions in and the cover, whether I get that with Fanhome, I don't know. Yes,
that's interesting because they didn't supply the cover for the Ecto, did they?
No. And I have not seen in any groups or anything anybody yet getting up to 159 of the DeLorean. So
right.
I'm going to be really interested next month to see what I get from Fanhome for completing my entire collection. I think once it's done, I might even send some pictures to Fanhome and say, look, I've completed this and I can't see anybody on the internet that has done it.
He's completed it, yeah. Yeah.
Gone that far with it.
Yeah.
You know, with Fanhome finishing it off.
Yes, yeah.
So, yeah, it's I just want to see what I get in 159 because it did say when I signed up to continue with it with Fanhome that it would go up to 159.
Yes. Yeah.
So I'm interested to see what comes in that.
Yeah. Yeah, because didn't they also do like the comic special books as well?
Fanhome haven't done no. But
I remember Eagle Moss did it, didn't they? They did.
Yeah.
I think they did 2 comic book things that were specials.
Remember a lot of things that Eagle Moss did, Fanhome aren't doing. So if you're doing the Enterprise,
like wall tires.
Yeah, I got mine off Eagle Moss for that one, but I don't think I've seen them with Fanhome. The Enterprise D, remember you had the shuttles. We haven't had any of them.
Yeah, apparently they may be doing them.
Oh.
When they get their Star Trek license sorted and they're doing the Star Trek ships that we've discussed on the channel, I think they're going to then do the shuttles for the Enterprise build.
Oh, that'd be interesting.
Yeah.
Okay. Steve131 said would love to build the Route Master.
It's a great build. It's a great build.
We've got Todd in saying hello and good evening all. Hi Todd, welcome.
Hi Todd.
And then Spice Blue says price hikes again from Fanhome is annoying. If I didn't have a channel, I would cancel some. My opinion. Oh, I think I've read that one out, didn't it? Yeah, I've read that one out. I don't know why that's come through twice. And then we got Helder in saying hi, Mark and Kevin all. So hi Helder, welcome.
Hi Helder.
Stuart Gibson says Terminator was my first ever build, and it just seems like yesterday I completed it. Currently building RoboCop and progress seems slow. Just being impatient though.
Yeah.
The problem with I think the figures, they are slow. Yeah.
I mean, we're on issue 30. And I think this is the first part we've officially completed, apart from another arm. But it is coming along. It's coming along. I mean, I'm impressed. So it's quite big.
Yeah, the Iron Man, that was slow.
Yeah.
The Optimus Prime, that did start off quite a lot to do, but it's slow at the moment. But
yeah, the Tumbler's been the worst, I think, in terms of parts and slowness.
That's a vehicle. That shouldn't be like that.
No. But that's very slow.
You ever get a feeling in the last issue of the Tumbler they're just going to give you like a book and just say, right, now you've got to put all this together?
Yeah, it'll be something really small, I reckon.
Now you've got to put all this together.
Yeah, they'll just leave it all in parts until the last issue, and then you have to stick it all together.
Yeah. We've got Blue Harvest Toys in, who says hello there. So hi, Blue Harvest, welcome.
Oh, Blue Harvest. Yeah, the Star Wars, that is.
Mark, that is.
Huh?
Mark, he lives in Leeds. Blue Harvest.
Oh right, okay, yeah. Well, if you know Star Wars and that's what the original Star Wars movie was going to be called. Blue Harvest. So,
and then we've got Ian's World of Models, who says, I don't know why Fanhome hasn't offered any full kits, seeing as Agora and IXO do some. Would like to see those specifically as a run ends.
They are. They did it with the Iron Man.
But remember how Chet don't do full kits?
No. No. I don't know. I don't know if the Alien might be on a full kit now. I'm not too sure.
Right.
Because that's finished.
I mean, you can't get the Spitfire as a full kit or the Bismarck as a full kit.
No.
So I don't know what's happening with that one, but
yeah, but Fanhome have started to do that offer. I think they're going to see how it played out with. I think they did do it with Iron Man, and I think they've got plans to do it with some other builds as well. So keep an eye out for that.
Yeah. Blue Harvest says I had the first 4 issues of the Starsky and Hutch. Yeah, because they trialed it in my area. I remember.
Yeah, I remember you saying.
We're in the shops. I even when they trialed the. Oh no, sorry, they didn't trial it when they were releasing in the shops the Dodge Charger. I remember seeing that in the shops. So I think I did issue 1, but I didn't fancy it.
Yeah, the Dodge Charger I got in the newsagents. That was because that was actually funny enough. That was another one that started around the COVID time as well. And I think what happened was Fanhome had plans to release more Partworks at the newsagents, but COVID put a stop to that.
And COVID's put a stop to newsagents now because they're all shutting up shop.
Yeah.
They're absolutely crazy.
Yeah.
Blue Harry says, I've just seen the next 7 issues of the Batmobile and I've decided to stop.
Which one?
I think that might be the 1966 one he was doing.
66 one. Okay. I've got the next 6 issues coming. We're building the engine. We're still early doors on that.
We've got Dash Riptide in who says hi also. Hi Howard, welcome.
Hi Howard.
And then Howard says, I want to do the Arcadia and the spaceship Yamamoto. I saw one from Japan Hachette. Yeah,
it's normally we talked about this last time. Normally they release them just in Japan, but a lot of the Japanese culture is sort of seeping in now, sort of with us, especially with the anime stuff. So I would say never on that.
Yeah.
So watch this space.
Howard also says they are asking for subs again on the Enterprise D starting in June in the USA. That's the same for the UK as well. Yeah, I knew we were going to get a re-release. So I started mine. Well, I'm on pack 8, so I started mine 8 months ago, even though I've only just sort of recently brought it to the channel, but that's because I was collecting parts at the time. Yeah. I had no space. So I'm well into mine now with pack 8, and yeah. You know what? It's one of my favourite builds. Yeah, I'm on pack 14. That completes the top of the saucer section, and then you've got the underneath to do and stuff. But yeah, I'm really happy with it. Really happy. You can't get Picard now on Amazon Prime. No, it's on the Paramount. Yeah, Paramount Plus. Yeah, I moved over to Paramount, but where you can get nearly everything that they did on Paramount Plus.
Yeah, Paramount Plus is weird because it's only available through. Well, I think you can get it through Amazon as a separate subscription.
Mm-hmm.
But you can get it on Sky on the normal TV and through an app. But you can't get it on other stuff, if you know what I mean. It's not as an app like it is with Disney Plus, like on your TV.
Yeah.
And on things like that, they've really missed the ball with it. But if you've been following things like that, Paramount's about to be taken over, so by Sony of all places.
But yeah, because I looked at it on Amazon Prime. I'm like, why can't I find this? This is where I watched it before, and then obviously it was on Paramount. So
yeah, all the Star Trek went to Paramount, except for Star Trek Prodigy, which is on Netflix because Paramount for some reason scrapped it.
Yeah.
But that's on Netflix. But there is some. I was quite surprised actually. There's still some Star Trek on Netflix. Next Gen, DS9, Voyager. But yes, the sort of Disney Plus, Paramount Plus. Sorry, is the home of Star Trek. It is now.
Yeah. We've got Ed Hughes in who says hello everyone. Hi Ed, welcome.
Hi Ed.
And Mad Dad Hobby says Poacher are teasing the 917.
Yes, they are. Yeah, I saw that and I was like, hang on a minute. So 3 companies have done that now. So IXO, Agora, and now Hornby or Poacher.
I've never built a Poacher.
Huh?
I've never built a Poacher model. Never got.
No,
one.
they're full builds. They only sell them as full builds. They're more like the Airfix models as well. And you get the instructions in a big book and tells you how to put it together. But yeah, they only ever sell it as like a full build. They only ever do theirs as a full build.
Yeah, that'd be interesting to do in a live stream to see how long it takes to build.
Yeah, I was looking at the Optimus Prime from Agora, and I thought to myself, I could build that in 24 hours. I reckon that'd be a fair thing to try and build, but I reckon you could do it in 24 hours.
Let's pitch it to Agora. Say, right, you send it us, and we'll try and build it in 24 hours.
Yeah, I reckon I could build it in 24 hours. I saw.
I reckon I could build that in 24 hours, but you know we're gonna have to have breaks and stuff. But that'd be awesome. We'll live stream 24 hours trying to build the Optimus Prime.
I reckon. Well, I looked at Wayne's channel when he was building it and the packs and that. I reckon you could do the legs, both of the legs within 3 hours. Easily. But yeah, I reckon you could do that in 24 hours. And then Agora could use that on their website, you know, build a model in 24 hours. You can with the Optimus Prime.
Yeah. There we go.
Yeah. There you go.
We'll
hopefully, yeah.
24-hour live stream for us too. Yeah.
I could do it. I guarantee I could do it in 24 hours.
I think I could do that in 24 hours quite easily. As long as
there are a few builds that I've done where I'm like, there's no way you could do that in 24 hours.
Oh gosh, no. I mean, if you're doing something like this, say the Lancaster or something or the Bismarck, then that would no way in 24
hours. Or the
hours.
Titanic.
Yeah, you've got to wait for glue to dry. You've got loads of photo etch work to do on it. But yeah, I think I could do the Optimus Prime in 24 hours.
I think a car one would be pushing it. I think you could. I think you could do the Knight Rider in 24 hours. Right. It's not that much. It's not because the engine is a turbine engine, so it's not got a lot of pipes to it or anything like that. But yeah, the only problem with doing 24-hour builds though is if you crop up any problems.
Yeah, but then at least we're showing how to overcome them.
Yeah. There you go. Yeah.
So Blue Harvest says no communication. One of the reasons I'm out. So that'll be for the Batmobile.
Oh right, okay.
And then we've got Wayne Welly saying hi all. Hi Wayne Welly, welcome.
Hi Wayne.
And then Howard says, and disregard my message, Kev, on Messenger, LOL.
Oh right, okay.
And Wayne Welly says, I've had wash dryers, but I wouldn't buy another one as they don't seem to last as good as separate ones.
Iron one works fine. We've had it a couple of years, but my wife said that it doesn't dry properly. It dries it, but not like a tumble dryer would. And she would have them separate, but because of our kitchen, you can't have them separate. And you know, garden's fine.
Yeah,
it's all right in the winter.
Howard says you don't get tornadoes like we do in the USA. No, that's true.
No, that's true. You know, yeah,
we're getting some now that look quite alarming, but not as bad as what they do.
Yeah,
but Ed says still bright in Spalding.
All right, okay. Yeah, it's still bright here down in Hertfordshire.
And I think my dad hobby done about life in the 80s was Proplot chocolate bars.
Everything's smaller and we pay more for it.
Yeah.
Yeah, almost feel like we're getting robbed now. But yeah, everything was proper chocolate, proper music.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah.
Howard says, wish our farmers are like your farmers in those countries that march on Parliament.
Yeah, they've done that. Yeah, they've done that in France as well.
Yeah. And then he also says, that was fun. But what's funny is at Pack 7 in the fan home Partwork is they price hike them all.
They have price hiked some of them funny enough, in Pack 7. But I think that's because a lot of them came out around the same time. But I on all the Partworks I've built from them, they've all had a price hike. But a lot of people, I mean, there was always price hikes with Eagle Moss as well.
Yeah,
and there's also been price hikes on Hachette as well.
We got price hike on the Titanic by £1.
Yeah, so yeah. It's not all fan home.
Right. I'm having to now. I haven't started any of these, so you have to bear with me.
Right. Okay. Bear with.
There's getting issues interrupted is like painting by numbers and someone removing a few numbers. Yeah.
Yeah, it can be, especially it's good that they're sending out stuff so you're not waiting months and months, but it does put a sort of stop to your build, especially if you need that part to build to put more bits on. Then it can sort of dampen and slow it down, that's for sure.
Yeah. Will's Workshop's asking you, Kirsty, actually, have you done the GTR yet? Really fiddly parts for the engine, done mine last week.
Kirsty's done some of them. She's not rushing it. But yeah, I would say the first two issues are the most fiddly because you've got like little spark plug bits and then you sort of have to hook it round onto little hooks that you put in. Yeah. The first two issues are very, very fiddly. Yeah.
Howard says, haha, Mark, I got my Rossi bike finished. It nice, but as for gifts, they sent me 2 Rossi hats. Wow.
2?
2.
I like a good hat.
In bright yellow, one's enough.
Yeah. Yeah. And
then Ed says, I guess I've been lucky and haven't had any delays on my builds.
Yeah, I have. We mentioned this last week, actually. We have had a slight delay with the Optimus Prime because we should, like you're saying, we should be in the 50s, but we're not. So all of my builds have had some little bit of delay, but not mega delays. But then it's strange because we haven't noticed, and then we've had sort of 2 deliveries really close together, haven't we?
Yeah.
We had sort of payment taken, and 2 weeks later another payment taken, and they sort of seem to be shifting up. So yeah, they haven't been too noticeable.
Wayne Willie says, only thing I collect from Hachette on weeks, I want it, and that's the Warhammer Stormbringer magazine.
Yeah, there's another one coming out in September called Combat Patrol because that's done. It's done extremely well with them, partnering up with Warhammer. So I think that's going to keep continuing to come out. Yeah. But the only problem is, if you're into the Warhammer and that, is that they change the codex, which are like the rules, every year. I don't know why everyone's done it. The problem is though, the Stormbringer magazine, they brought out a new codex, so that one, the point scores and stuff like that are already out of date because they don't correspond with the new codex. So it's sort of old now. That's the only problem. Yeah, that's the only problem. If you know what I'm talking about.
It's a known problem. All Partwork build-up companies have. The part manufacturers will have a minimum order before they start in, and until the Partwork companies have enough to put an order in. Yes,
yeah, they have to. Yeah. I would imagine there's a bit of a discussion on if, say for instance, for argument's sake, it's 10,000. And if they think they can sell that 10,000, they'll put the order in. If they don't think, they might not do that.
Yeah.
But yeah, they're always sold in batches. So yeah, these companies can't make one issue, like, just for you. They have to make a batch of those issues, and that's where problems come.
Ed Hughes says Rootmaster was an epic build.
Yes, it was.
Yeah. Ian says the end users will get delayed.
Yes.
And then Burgess says, I ordered my Ecto 1 in February 2021. I got 2 years left to finish. Wow. And then we've got TJ, a work in progress, in saying hello all. So hello, welcome.
Hi, TJ.
And then Ian says, you can see why they do test packs like the Dalek. It's to gain the confidence they have sufficient interested to satisfy minimum order quantities.
Yes, and it also shows investors as well, especially licensors. So if a licensor might turn around and go, well, that ain't going to sell, and then they can go back and go, well, it can. Look. It's also, they also do it as well as a bit of a safety net, because it means you're not going to release something you're not going to lose money on. So there's that as well, and I'm surprised a lot of other companies don't do that. But also as well, it's worth noting, in the Eagle Moss bankruptcy lawyer thing, it's all online. You can all see it. Over at Company House, you can read the documents on there. One of them pointed out one of the main reasons that they lost a load of money in customs was pulling it from the newsagents.
There we go.
So if I read that, I would be like, well, we should be doing the newsagents then, all of these companies, because we're missing out on customers and money, because that was listed as one of the reasons why they lost a lot of money, was because they pulled it from the newsagents. If I was another company, I'd be a bit like, hang on a minute, maybe we should be doing it in the newsagents, but it is what it is.
Spiders Bruce says, I deleted the first message because my English at the end was terrible.
That's fine. We understood what you meant.
Yeah. TJ says, I must have been issued in parts, still have bits missing, LOL. And then Howard says, I keep filling out my fan home surveys talking about always getting more to do versus just a part that you get nothing to do with. It's just bunch them together more and make the magazines thicker.
Well, yeah, they've done that with the Enterprise build, Ecto 1. And a lot of these ones, especially things like RoboCop and Optimus Prime, they're just copying what they've done in Europe. So I think I mentioned this just recently on one of the groups, on one of the Partwork groups. I could seriously see them getting rid of the magazines.
Well, we've said this before. They'll go to PDF.
Yeah, why would you? You know what I mean? Because you're already offering the PDFs. They do it already with Hachette. So with the Alien build, you don't get the magazines. You don't get it with U96, do you?
No.
So and it just makes sense that they would save money. It would stop this printing issue. And you just get the parts and then the PDFs there to build it. It's the same way Agora, I think, do as well. Yeah. They just send you the parts and all the instructions are online. So I think, give it a couple of years or so, and then we'll probably won't get any magazines from any company.
Yeah.
Because that's an extra cost that they have to fork out. Though it doesn't cost them a lot, and I've said this before, if they get rid of the magazines, does that mean it makes the Partworks cheaper? No, because the magazines cost pennies to them. But it's just that it's the printing process.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Okay, Will's Workshop says COVID seemed to push all Partworks to online only. I used to really enjoy heading to the newsagents for my next parts.
Yeah, and I loved it as well. And I was very, very hesitant to go online. But in the end, we're sort of forced to because that's how it is now.
Yeah. Scott Duggan says, I pre-ordered the Nissan Skyline, which was to start in May. For the first package to generate, and they say there is a delay due to stock. LOL.
Yeah, it's been pushed to June.
Yeah.
So, but then that could be the 1st of June. So technically it could be May, couldn't it? So yeah.
Adam Turner says, how come some of your builds are delayed, but people who promote Fan Home have no issues with delays?
Well, I get some of my builds promoted from Fan Home, and I have had some delays, but not many. Just like Will got his Skyline before Kirsty did, and that happened with the Batman 66 as well. Some people got it before me. So yeah, I don't know that, but we've had delays, both of us. We've both said we have had delays.
But
yeah.
So I mean, I'm not promote. I don't promote anything for Fan Home. I just get mine as any normal person does. So,
and we're sort of at the same stages, aren't we? So it's not.
Yeah, I mean, the Optimus Prime, you got yours 2 weeks before I got mine.
Yeah. I don't know why. I don't know why that is, but yeah.
Yeah. Dave McBill says, just looking on Facebook, that Harsh at Germany are doing the Grass Zeppelin. Yeah.
So it may that may come out over here. It's easy enough to translate. They've done the U96. So yeah, there's all possibilities it could.
Burgess says Paramount Plus isn't available here.
Oh wow.
Wayne Welly says probably because they are promoters. And then Howard says, Kev, you ready for Transformers 1?
I watched the trailer and I don't know. I will see it, obviously. But yeah, they should have had Peter Cullen. He should have done the voice, not Chris Hemsworth. And they've sort of made, if you know the lore of Optimus Prime, you will know that they were obviously Optimus Prime was Orion Pax originally, and he was like a bookkeeper. Megatron was a gladiator that rose up basically through the ranks to become, and then he sort of rose up and he banded together a lot of them, and they became the Decepticons, because originally there was no Autobots or Decepticons.
No.
But yeah, we'll see how. I will go and watch it. We'll see how it comes out. But yeah, I'm not totally sold on the trailer that we saw.
Okay, Adam Turner says, so how come they are saying about delays if they manage to send parts out to them?
Well, what delays are we talking? Are we talking about the pre-order? Because with the Nissan GTR, there was a first batch. So I was on that first batch. There was loads of people on that first batch. It sold out. And then they did a second batch, a second run, which is a pre-order, which doesn't start until June. So that is the second batch. The first batch sold out, as you well know. It was ridiculously popular and sold out really quickly. And me and loads of other people got the first batch on that.
Right.
So, and that's the same with the Batman 66 as well.
Yeah.
So they sold out on their first batch, and now they've done a second batch, which is due to come out in June.
Yeah.
So, yeah, there was a delay. So, yeah, there has been a delay with the second batch. It depends. But there's other factors that can come into it, because some people will say, well, you've got mine before, but they were posted out at the same time. So it comes down to the postal service and where you are in that batch list, because it's a bit like Hachette, because some people get theirs at the same time and other people don't. And it comes down to when they were posted out and the post service and everything else.
Lottery. It's a lottery.
It can be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
TJ says, Harry, 24-hour build. Do you live near each other? You could do half each. Well, I'm in Yorkshire and you're down in London, so
yeah. No, we're not next to each other.
Wayne Welly says priority could be another reason. And then Burgess says, be sure to eat and drink during the 24-hour stream, unlike Wayne.
Oh, yeah, I'll definitely be doing that. I'll be delivering and stuff, yeah.
Yeah. Blue Harris says takes 24 hours to get the top on. That's the... I still think that is possible to do in 24 hours.
Yeah, I'm still down on that. I still reckon that Optimus Prime could be done in 24 hours.
Yeah. Howard says, well, it dampens the tubers from doing their builds when parts aren't in order.
Yes, it does. Yeah, because it means you can't continue to do your builds until you get those parts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then TJ says, I have just... What's that word? Polaroid hubby's drone. Cool. All right.
Okay.
And then Wayne Welly says, I'll be getting in touch to Harsha about doing the Combat Patrol series, as I like the minis other playing the game.
Yeah. There's loads of ways you can do Warhammer. So you can like build in the models and painting them, and then you've got the play element, but you've also got, they do loads of books as well. So you've got like a read element as well to it. So yeah, you can like all of them or like some of them.
Ian says, crikes, that's another chat gone so quickly.
Yep.
See you soon. Night, Ian. Thank
Night,
you.
Ian. Yeah.
I am just about to catch up. Helder says, good night, everyone. Night, Helder. Thank you.
Night, Helder.
Adam Turner says, I'm on about the Infinity Gauntlet. I've been waiting a month for my Pack 12 and had an email saying there are delays. However, some YouTubers in the UK already have their parts up.
Well, I can't speak for that. I'm not doing the Gauntlet.
I'm not doing the Gauntlet either, so
no.
Not I've seen.
We're also, it's worth noting that I get some of my builds from Fan Home, but I'm not prioritized. I wouldn't get my builds over anybody else because, like I said, some people have their boxes before I do. So I don't get any priority. They just come when they come. So
Burgess says, I'm in the second R34 batch.
Cool.
And then Ian says, perhaps a pizza will help you, Kev. Smiley face.
Yeah, it would, yeah.
And then I'm just getting through this. Right, hang on. Purloined nicked. Right, okay. Sorry.
Yeah, it's been a long time.
D Harris is in saying evening all and good night. LOL. Catch up later. Okay, D. No
I'll see you later, D.
And then Howard says, oh my God, isn't you going to deliver, Kev, 24 pizzas, one each hour?
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then Ian's World of Model says, like the look of the Bugatti IXO offering, but extra 200 import duty to pay on it makes it far too expensive.
Yeah, a lot of the IXO models do have the import duty for the UK.
Yeah.
So be careful if you order stuff from them, because you do get import duty on them.
So it's it's after 8:10.
Yeah, it is. It's been a long one, but it's been good.
But you know, again, it's just seeing it as we see it. I see it from a customer because I'm not sponsored. Sometimes I wish I was sponsored because it'd be easier on the bank account, but But so thank you everybody for coming in tonight. Thank you for all your chat. It's been amazing. We'll be back same time, same place next week. Have you coming up this week? Anything special?
Enterprise, Nissan. There's loads coming up. Yeah, loads of stuff.
Me, just normal schedule, guys. Will be coming up this week, and I think that's it. So right. Let me get the brand ready to end this, and then So it just pays me to say I've been Mark.
I've been Kev.
We'll catch you on the next one, guys.
Bye. See ya.